In the next few minutes, we will explain the Alcat test, its rationale, and how it determines cellular reactions to foods and other potential toxic substances that people are exposed to every day. The reaction that it identifies appears to be the primary causes of what we call food chemical sensitivities or intolerances. Test results are unique to each individual and are used to personalize an individual diet. The Alcat test looks at how one's immune cells respond to a vast array of foods or other substances under conditions designed to mimic what happens in real life. Immune cells, when activated, produce both free radicals and inflammatory substances that can cause tissue damage and premature aging. Food sensitivities have been associated with many conditions, including migraine, rashes, overweight, arthritis, fatigue, respiratory, GI disorders, and many others. The blood sample is received in the laboratory via an expedited courier while the cells are still viable. The patient's data and requested tests are entered into our secure laboratory information system. All patient blood samples are barcoded for traceability, identification, and tracking throughout the testing process. Each patient's cellular profile is unique. Therefore, we first perform a preliminary test to determine cell number and distribution. Once verified, the white blood cells and plasma are then isolated from the whole blood. Next, the patient's white blood cells and plasma mixture is introduced to the individual test substances. Test substances are prepared from organic raw material following strict preparation protocols and quality assurance guidelines. Our manufacturing division is an FDA-registered medical device establishment and is also ISO EN 13485 certified as a medical device manufacturer. Cell Science Systems Lab is certified and licensed by the U.S. government.
The test we provide is unique, and towards that end, we design our instruments in order to perform that testing. So we design our test to perform and provide the information that we feel is most relevant for identifying very complicated issues that have to do with how the organism, how the human being responds to their environment. And that's critical. I think it's very important to understand that this is a tool that can be very powerfully used by healthcare practitioners to help people overcome symptoms which don't respond to other therapies or other approaches. About 70% of illness can be prevented merely by changes in lifestyle, which includes diet. So by managing stress and exercising, and eating a proper diet, which would be a healthful diet, but also a diet which is constructed according to the unique characteristics of each individual's biochemical and genetic makeup. I think that we can really avoid a lot of the chronic disease that we see flourishing in our society. And considering that we spend upwards of $2 trillion a year on healthcare, and so many of these problems can be prevented through simple measures that are healthy, we can then reallocate that effort and those funds for perhaps greater prevention and other things that improve the quality of life, and social programs that there's no shortage of needs to fulfill.